Hello, welcome back again to another star-studded episode of Exquisite Conversations with yours truly, King Jacob. And tonight we're going to be talking about something that don't get brought up a lot, but it should because it weighs heavy in our Black community. So before we get started, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And I have a special guest tonight. For some, she needs no introduction, but for others, she does. So she is global. So I'll let her introduce herself, and we can go in and get started after she introduces herself.
Hello, my name is Tina Torres. I am the owner of She Did That Events LLC and the CEO and founder of She Did That She Did That Community Advocate Foundation in Columbia, South Carolina. I am Ms. South Carolina Plus America, Ms. Plus Intercontinental Puerto Rico, and I just love my community.
All right, you heard it first. So upon this interview tonight on Exquisite Conversation, it's happened a while back. So I forgot what I was doing, but I was doing something, and then I picked up my phone, and the first
Mhm.
thing I seen on my timeline is TT going off saying, "Why am I not black enough? I'm black when
Mhm.
I'm doing something for the community, but when I have opinion, I'm not black enough." So
Right.
I said, "Whoa!" So we're gonna get into this conversation on um, how can your community feel like you're not black enough, but yet when you're doing something for the community, you black as anybody walking the earth. So,
It's true.
T, how did this transpire?
So for the last couple of years, I have been working with the founders of the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Festival that takes place here in Columbia, South Carolina. They're actually going on year 6. For the last 4 years, I have been a part of it, and I am their logistics director. And so a couple years ago, when I started promoting and getting more involved with Juneteenth, it was specifically said to me, "How are you on the committee? You're not black enough. Like you wouldn't know what the struggle is like. You wouldn't have known, what it's like to have to go through being pulled over by a police officer or working in the field, stuff like that." And I just was so taken back by that. So the first couple of times, I just was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's something that they're dealing with or whatever. This last time though,
Hmm.
it just really hurt because it was, you would have made a great house nigga back in the day. You know, um, I still don't see how, you're still a part of the committee.
Whoa,
You're not black
whoa,
enough. Like,
whoa, 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 whoa.
stop.
Hold up. Stop the press. Um, Somebody actually told you that you would
Hmm.
have made a great house nigga back in the day.
Yeah, see, that's common though.
Really?
Some people are really think that that's okay. That and the first couple of times you kind of just laugh it off, right? Because when you think about slavery back in the day, I I don't think I would have survived that. You know what I'm saying? Just in general. Um,
Right,
so
right, right.
when I think about it today, and I think about what transpired back then with the rapes and the torture and all of that happened back in the day, and you come to me, you tell me today that I would have made a great house nigga. I got a problem with that because my mind immediately goes to I would have been raped, carrying Master's baby, you know, taking care of their children, mopping the floor with my, on my knees and trying to clean the floor. Like I would have went through some hell. So it didn't matter.
Mhm.
You're still subjecting me to abuse. And for that,
Right.
I started to have a problem with that. Like I just was pissed off. You're telling me I'm not black enough. But then you turn around, you tell me that I would have been a great house nigga, but yet you still want me on that front line fighting for you when it comes to racism. So now where am I? Where am I supposed to be? What side am I supposed to
Mm,
be on? You understand what I'm saying?
mm.
I can't help that my dark skinned mom slept with a Puerto Rican man and I came out light skinned. I can't help that. So are you mad at me
Right, right,
based
right.
off of but you're looking at my color, but you're not looking at my smart skills. You're not looking at my event planning skills. You're not looking at what I do in the community. You're not looking at a mom that raised three girls, or you're not looking at my accomplishments. You're just looking at me at the color, the color of my skin, which is what you don't want the white man to be doing to your skin.
Mm. So let's go back. Let's go back to the mindset of a person who says something of that nature. You saying that you're not black enough because you are fair skinned. So I take offense
Mhm.
to that because my mom is fair skinned. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And 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 I'm a chocolate brother, but my mom is fair skinned. So
Mhm.
I take offense to that, and and then knowing that people was not even raped when they got to the states, but they was raped on the boat. You know what I mean? We
Mm.
were sold by our own people. And so
But they don't
for
talk about that.
somebody to say that you, I'm gonna talk about it tonight though. Yeah, we were sold by our own people because we were sold by our own people, and then on top of that, you know, our
Mhm.
people that was the kings and queens, they started having that pattern like the Greek kings and the European people, and then we're not gonna even talk about how they treat the Mexicans because what people don't know, the first Mexican man that got to the United States was a Mexican man that was mixed with a black man and a Mexican mom. So he
Oh,
spoke Spanish, but he looked like me.
oh my God. I had no see that's the thing. Like it's so much history. And instead of teaching me history,
Hmm.
you want to tear me apart because
Hmm.
of the color of my skin. I don't You're not hating me for my skin. You're basically just telling me that I'm not good enough to be a part of a Juneteenth committee because I'm not dark enough. I don't
Mm.
understand that.
So, and so with that being said, so let's not just disregard, you know, all the white men that love black women because their
Mhm.
nanny was black and they were
Mhm.
breastfed by a black woman. Let's not disregard that, but also let's not disregard our own people don't
Mhm.
like her because the way she looked or the way she shaped or why does she think she all that? She's never said nothing out the way. She remains humble, but you got a problem with her because the bros like her. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
with that being said, with the brothers liking her, they like the way she looked. They like her fair skin. They like that she a red woman. So because you dark skinned and they don't dig you, she's not black enough. Or
I guess
let me
not.
get this straight: is she is she not black enough because she don't speak with broken dialect? I mean, is she not black enough because she go out and get it herself? She get it on her own. So is she not black enough because she don't chase behind a brother that got money? She go get her own, and if he brings something to the table, it's a bonus for her. It's a bonus. So she really don't need him. So why is she not black enough? Is she not black enough because she didn't grow up in a toxic environment? You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
why is she not black enough? And we got to ask ourselves when you say this to someone, Hello, Pavani, Miss Celebrity Publicist. How are you? Okay. All right. So, um, you know, we got to ask ourselves: Will you tell somebody they're not black enough? We got to understand that it really disrupts their mental capacity. It kills their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
It can really put their self-esteem in a damper type spirit. And
Right.
so, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people on the fair skin side have been through this struggle for a long time with their own black community. You know what I mean? And then if you go through this struggle with your own black community, but you got to go out and face society and they doing it to you, then we wonder why our women don't feel safe and they feel not protected, but they feel neglected. So as this went on to you, as this was said to you, that you would have been the house nigga. That's what they told you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so with that being said, mentally and emotionally, how did that register with you? Like it kind of
Oh,
had to put you in a different space.
it set me off because when you're in high school and people talk like that, that's different, right? Because, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when you're an adult and you recognize domestic violence and you recognize sexual assault and you've been through those things and child abuse, child molestation, all these things that you've gone through and you're healing from it. And when somebody comes to you and says that to you, you automatically I forget high school or forget, school period. My mindset goes back to when I was sexually assaulted. It goes back to domestic violence. It goes back to um seeing the things that I saw when we watch these type of movies that has been created, like Mississippi. I forget the title for that, but
Mississippi burning.
yes. And when you think about stuff like, when they say that, you start to all that other stuff starts to rush in, and that's me though.
Hmm.
And I immediately get defensive because I'm like, why would you want to subject me to having to go through that type of abuse? You know,
Mm.
um, and I just became combative about it, and I had to do a post. I just went live about it. Like, I'm sick of y'all
Yeah.
finding reasons to think that it's okay to say to somebody of my skin color that I'm not black enough, or you would have made a great house nigga. Shut the hell up. Clearly, you're not educated enough, or no, you choose not to be educated enough to word things differently in a sense that says, hey, you know what? I was just wondering, like, can you tell me a little bit more about Juneteenth? That will let you know if I really understand what Juneteenth is. Now, I didn't know what Juneteenth
Hmm.
was 4 years ago, going on 5 years ago. I didn't know what Juneteenth was. Now I do because I've been working on this committee for the last 4 years. I have great teachers, and I'm able to tell. So when people say that to me now, I get really defensive, and I don't have no problem saying, "Shut the hell up," and find somebody else to
Right,
pick on
right, 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 right,
because
right,
now I
right,
get
right,
it.
right,
No,
right,
I
right.
I wasn't raised. Um, I wasn't taught about racism. I'm a military brat, so I in the military you don't see that. Us kids, you don't see. We
Hmm.
don't talk about race. We don't talk about black kids over there, white kids over there, Hispanic. We don't do that in the military as children. We all together. We
Right,
play together. Half
right.
of us got over 40 years of friendship, and we're all different nationalities. So coming to the South, moving to the South to Fort Jackson, even on the base, I didn't hear about racism. It's when I came off the base. It's when I learned about racism. It didn't, and
Hmm.
it bothered me. And so I don't know why we're holding on to a person's skin color, yet you want me on the front line fighting for you. You want me to gear up, put my power sign up, and be on the front line. But yet you turn around and tell me I'm not black enough. I need you to figure out which side you want me to be on.
Mm. So with that being said, celebrity publicist Pavani J, can you jump in here, please? Because we talked about this a little earlier, about this subject, and you have faced some of these barriers in the community as well. So, can you tell about your experiences and can you register with that, please?
I, mm-mm.
I can't hear you. No, no.
Maybe she needs to go back out and come back in, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you need to go out and come back in. Okay, but with that being said, T man,
Uh-huh.
I see what you do. You always moving and grooving, and you always uplifting someone else. And when when I hear this, I'm just wondering, the ignorance is at an all time high. So she's not black enough because what? Like what is your reason for telling her that she's gonna be a house nigga? Like it is no justifiable reason. And then,
Mm-mm.
you know, a lot of times, people are just angry at themselves. So they
Mm-hmm.
have to take it out on somebody else because when they look in the mirror, they don't like what they see.
Right.
So I mean, if you don't like what you see or like how your life is going, then there's a word that's called change with a capital C. Then you have the ability to change that. And so now
Mm-hmm.
educating yourself on the Juneteenth and having some mentors and some coaches, what has Juneteenth taught you about defending yourself when somebody says that to you? Like how has Juneteenth
Oh,
helped you with that?
well, I don't think it's I think it's the team that I work with. They're quick to be like, who is it? So I can have it. And they be wanting to have at the individuals. Um, but what they do is they just teach me how to be a little stronger. Like it's not my
Hmm.
fault that people choose not to ask the right questions. And it's not my fault that people choose not to educate themselves on doing something much bigger and greater for their communities. Um, what they've taught me is how to just stand tall and how to just keep doing what I do. And it's okay
Hmm.
to let people know, like I did with that video, that enough's enough. Like grow up or get out, one of the two. Like just don't approach me. You know what I'm saying? If you have a problem with a light skinned, fair skinned woman or male, because I don't see it being said to males, but females, either you like her and you don't know how to approach her to say that, or you're just being plain ignorant.
Hmm.
And there's got to
Okay.
be a difference with that. You see what I'm saying? So the team that I work with, they have been very instrumental in just keeping me focused and letting me know that um sometimes people just really don't know how to ask the right questions at the right time.
Well, I mean, asking a question and addressing somebody with a bold statement like that is two different things.
Mm,
And
true.
I just
Yeah.
feel like if you're gonna address somebody like that, then that says a lot about your characteristics. And from what I understand and from what I see, to even address you like that is like blasphemy. You know what I mean? Like real talk.
Mm,
So 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 for the for, for the woman that's been struggling with this for a long time throughout her life from her own community, the black community, what would you tell
mhm.
her?
Well, first off, I would say you better keep smiling. That's the first thing I would say. Because clearly someone is
Hmm.
paying attention to you. Second of all, I would say, because I had to learn, at first I was crushed, but then I had to remember that it's not me that they're having the situation with. It's something deeper, more so within them. So whether it's
Hmm.
a mental situation or them just choosing to be ignorant, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. Your color, your skin
Hmm.
color has absolutely nothing to do with your character, how you present yourself, how you smile every day, how you get up and tell yourself that you're beautiful. It has how they act has absolutely nothing to do with you. And I had to learn that.
Hmm.
It's not my fault. It's not my
Right,
fault, and I refuse
right,
to
right,
have their
right, right.
ignorance on my hands. And so I would just say, keep moving, keep shaking, keep grooving, and keep doing your thing because at the end of the day, that's on them. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. You're beautiful. I have
Hmm.
long, pretty hair. That's not my fault. That's my parents' fault. That's not mine. But it doesn't
Right.
matter because you can cut my hair, you could try to
Hmm.
bleach my skin, you could try to darken my skin. It's not going to change who I am on the inside. And that's what should matter.
That's right.
And if they can't see the person for that, that person has no right to be around them.
Right, right, right. So upon that,
Hmm.
do you think it's like cause you deal with a lot of people from different walks of life, and so
Right.
and and a lot of times when a lot of females that can't register with males, like you and these males sit down and have some really deep intellectual conversations. And do you think that's a problem with other females seeing that? That's why they feel the way they do, or is it just blissful ignorance?
I think it's just blissful ignorance. You have some women
Okay.
who have a problem, like what was that movie that came out with Spike Lee? The one with the college students.
Talking about do the right thing?
Yes. Do you remember there was the kinky hair and the pretty and the long pretty hair? Remember that? And they were
Right,
battling against each
right.
other. So some of us have are just conditioned to think that we're not black enough because our hair is not crinkly.
Hmm.
There she go. There she is. Um
Please
so
do.
So
so
hey Nicole,
Hey, I don't know what difficult. I'm having so many difficulties tonight. Um, can you guys hear me?
yes.
Thank you,
we
Jesus. I
can,
mean,
we
this
can.
is a prayer.
Yes.
This is a
We can.
prayer. So yes, I definitely can relate.
Mhm.
Growing up, I never fit in, and even as an adult, I find myself having difficulties fitting in or feeling like I'm um, left out or treated different because of the way that I speak, the way that I look, the way that I've heard that too. You would have been a house nigga. I heard that a couple of times.
BS.
That's the
Hmm.
most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. Or where are you from? Why do you talk like that? Forbid they see my friends. That's a whole different ball game. Um, so to be treated different by your own race is very uncomfortable.
Hmm.
It's very uncomfortable, and it's funny because we were speaking about this before you ever even said this, and it's interesting that to see another sister be in the same category and treated um, so asinine. is really interesting because I said that I felt like I was in a gray area.
Mhm.
Um, that I'm almost treated. I don't even deal with that when I'm dealing with my friends, or I can't help where I went to school. I can't help who I grew up around. I didn't just choose to be around those people. I had no other choice. I mean,
Right.
I was a child to go to a Christian school my whole life. Um, Stepped out of parochial school just because I wanted to. I wanted to see what it was like to,
Mhm.
you know, be in a public school, and I found myself fighting all the time because they were like attacking me because of the way that I looked. Um, I didn't dress like everyone else. Punky Brewster was like in for me. Like I liked it. I liked all the different colors, so I didn't match like everyone else. My shoes didn't match my shirt, and
Mhm.
that's not what I grew up. What I saw, what we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because of that, they
That's
they
too
treated
funny.
me where what was that Enichi? You guys remember that Perry Ellis, Enichi, and all that? I didn't. That's not what I saw. That my parents let me just go crazy with whatever I wanted to. If I wanted to wear a blue shirt with yellow shoes, that was fine. They just let me experience however I wanted to look. So I went through a lot of backlashing in that. And then as an adult, um, I'm definitely an introvert because of that fear.
Mhm.
So I've become very introverted. The not um not fitting in and being pegged or pointed out, or definitely ostracized is what I call
Yeah.
it. Um, because I'm light skinned, or I got
Mhm.
bird nose, or you got that pointy nose, like I don't know what people you look like, or you must like those Mexicans or those Indians, or it is
You
what
be like, what? Where are y'all coming up with this stuff?
right
Like, don't y'all have other, like,
things to do. That is like
right?
the most unimportant topic. That's the most unimportant thing about like where I'm from. You act like I'm like the racial police or something, and I'm gonna,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like it's just weird.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're not getting down, if you're not strong enough, you almost fall into a trap of being treated a certain type of way, and now you
Mhm.
become a follower because you can't stand your ground and maintain that, regardless if I'm African American or if I'm biracial or if I'm, you know, what have you. It doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm human, and I would like to be treated as such. Um,
Mhm.
and that's just the bottom line. And to hear someone say that I'm not black enough, like that's really messed up. And I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like. You're not black enough. You're not skinny enough. You don't have the body. You're not shapely enough. Oh, you have big parts. You know what I mean? Oh, you have a
Yeah.
trunk butt. Oh, your butt is flat. Like it's just all kind of crazy stuff that makes you not want to be involved with
Yeah.
certain people. And I don't want to say I'm saying certain people. I think I'm being really um I'm,
Generous.
yes, I'm being really generous when I say that
Mhm.
our African American people are something else. And they will definitely make you feel they will
Yes.
definitely make you feel unwanted. And don't mind hurting your feelings, you know,
At all.
and will tell you you need to get thicker skin then. Wait, what?
Mm.
What? I
Why
need
should
to
I get thicker skin? You coming at me, like
mm-hmm.
you in my space saying that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So I just have gotten to a point where I just be like, go find you some business. Like start a company, go do something. Because
Mm-hmm.
you're too busy being in mine at this
Right.
moment.
Right. So I missed a whole lot. I'm having technical difficulties. Can you get me to where you are, where you guys are, and how what was happening? with you
So
guys.
he was just, the last question. I think we were talking about. I know I somehow got on the topic about Spike Lee's movie,
Do the right thing.
Do the Right Thing,
Mm-hmm.
and how the girls were going at each other. You have the kinky hair, and then you have the pretty long hair,
Look
and
at
I
your
have
hair.
yeah, and I have the pretty long hair. It's colored, but I have the pretty long hair, and then you have women who have kinky hair. To me it's all beautiful, but it's not my fault when people walk up to me and they'll be like, "Where'd you get those bundles?" And I'll be like, "Bundle?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, people don't have hair like that anymore." Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You
Yes, they
know,
do. Yeah, yes, they do.
yes,
Yes,
they
they
do.
we
Yes,
have.
they do. Clearly,
I
I
wear,
mean,
and it's funny because I have lupus, so I never have my hair out. I never
mhm.
have my hair. I just decided to get a little bit of the absorbing, vitamin D or whatever I can absorb from this cold up here in Chicago. But
Ooh,
my
mm,
hair has
Chicago.
literally been all the way down my back, all the way to
Mhm.
I have had a head full of hair. As I've gotten
Mhm.
older, my hair has become thinner, but I keep my hair braided and covered up because it's unmanageable. It'll
Okay.
blow up, it'll do whatever. It's unmanageable, and I love the coils. I love the
Mhm.
way the coily hair looks. I love the way um, our people's just how our people we have so many different levels
Yeah.
of 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 beautiful melantone skin and all of these things. We are definitely the fruitation of the world. Like we come in
Mhm.
all different. We just you can look around and it's just like whoa. If you put people up against the wall, everybody looks so beautiful and so different. Why are we treating each other? If there's a Caucasian woman and she's whatever acting black is,
Oh God.
come out and say,
Woo.
you acting black.
Yeah.
Like what's acting white? Stop acting white. What is acting
Huh.
white?
Mhm.
What is
Now
Or
acting?
what is talking
that's a
white?
show. That's a show right there.
Yeah, like stop talking
Mhm.
white. What's talking white? Like I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. See,
Being
if you're from up
intelligent.
north, it's like your dialect or whatever, how you deliver your sentences are different, right? So when I moved here from up north, it was like, why you talk white? Like you talk so proper. And I'm thinking, I don't to me, I don't know the difference because I'm just having a regular conversation. Um, and then here, it's there's country, and so they say, well, you don't have a twang, so you couldn't possibly be from around here. Well, then just say that. Don't say you talk white or you talk too proper to be around us or something like that. To me, that's dumb. Just say, hey, you have a different you have a different uh dialect, or you have a something in your voice, like the way you talk, it just sounds different. Are you from here,
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina, or are you from Charleston? And I will say to you, I am a military brat. I was born in Philadelphia. However, I have traveled. So I've picked up different ways of delivering a word. Simple as that. I can
Hmm.
I've been to Germany, I've been to Izmir, Turkey. I've been to several different states. When I say the word absolutely, I don't say it normally. There's an accent to it. So it's like, and I'm Puerto Rican, so I could get around my family and the way I deliver my words will have a Spanish dialect to it. I'll be in the South and I can talk Southern. I'll be up north and I'll talk Northern. I can switch my voice
Chameleon.
up from talking uh, high acidity to low down ghetto. I have that ability. It depends
Look,
on who I'm talking to on the phone and
right,
who needs to
who
get
you
this
need to get to see it.
information.
Absolutely.
You
Who
know,
needs to
you
hear
know.
it? Who needs to
So
hear it? You get it over there. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. So all I'm
Oh
saying
my.
is, don't get mad at me
For
or the
being
next
versatile.
person because I'm versatile.
That's it.
Don't get mad at me for that. And
Oh
really,
my.
that's really what it is. Just say you're mad about that. That you can't be versatile. And that's really a
Bilingual. That's
choice
what
to
you
make.
are.
But that's by choice if you choose not to expand your dialect.
Hmm.
Period. This by choice.
So why don't people choose to do just that? Expand their dialect. Like
Because
I mean,
they choose
why not?
we
Like read a
why do they choose why do they choose to why do they choose to eat chicken? Why do they choose to fix this way, that way? Why do they choose not to have their food touched? Why do they choose not to keep their kids? Why do they choose not to graduate high school? Why do they choose not to go to college? Why do they choose to leave the kids on the grandparents? People choose. They make choices. They have choices. And if you want better, you have to choose options to be better. Instead of sitting around the table talking about she ain't black enough, she talks too proper, he got the wrong he doesn't know how to act now that he's gone to college. It's all BS. People choose to sit in pity mode because they don't want better for themselves, because they just want to be a victim of by choice.
Hmm.
somebody asked me one time, they say, man, you think you better than people? I said, no, I don't think I'm better than people. But I am a better person because I don't put myself in situations that you do, if you understand what I'm
Hmm.
talking about.
If you
You know
choose
what I
not to,
mean?
yeah.
So it ain't right. So it ain't about being better than somebody, but if you know where you're going in life and what journey you want to be on, then you're not gonna put yourself in them crazy situations, man. You can't be 40 years old
Right.
and still putting yourself in crazy ass situations, man. Like lay down, read a book, like get your life together, man. Like and then a Jewish person said that black people must have licorice in their hands. And I said, what do you mean? He said, because y'all get money, but it slipped right through your fingers. And we capitalize off of it.
Damn.
Cold blooded. But
Cold
that.
blooded. But like as Dave Chappelle said, cold blooded.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So but when he said that, I just started doing some research. So then I'm seeing that brown and black people are the number one consumer in American currency, but brown and black people don't own a lot. The Jewish, the Indians, and the white people own it. So if we the number one
Well, in all
consumer,
actuality, we all will never own anything specifically land related because you still pay taxes. As long as you paying taxes for that piece of land,
yeah,
it's never going to be
well,
yours.
that, well, that's true. But at the same time,
Yeah, but my house is
okay,
paid off. It's mine.
you can you get you can take for instance when black families in the South used to own 1,000 acres, 2,000 acres,
Hmm.
and when they say when we have money, the Jewish man say, "Oh, y'all some of the smartest people in the world, innovators, creators." But when you get the money, it slips through your hands instead of creating generational wealth. So what he's saying, he said what I'm saying. He said if you look at that white guy over there, if you see his son with him, how is his son
Hmm.
dressed? Like him, right? Trucker's hat,
Yeah.
t-shirt, jeans,
Hmm.
knee cuffing jeans, and some work boots, right? So guess what he gonna have by the time he about 25, like $1 million in his account. You know why?
Yeah.
Because his dad teaching him everything about the farm, everything about home improvement, everything about being an electrician, and he ain't even graduated high school yet. So he gonna be set. So we were just having a round table, and he was just like, "Can I say something?" I was like, "It's a free country, say it." And
Yeah.
so some of the other dudes got offended. some of the other homeboys got offended when he said it, but I was like, bro, you can't get offended at the truth, bro. Man, the truth gonna
Mhm.
smack in your face every time. So I
Fact.
mean, he's just saying what he see. He's not even from here. You know what I mean? He's not even from here, man. And that man said he was over here for 5 years and he owned over 79 houses. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Mhm.
how? He was like, man, he was like, for for every, for every tax for every tax sale I seen, he's like, I only seen about three, four black people there, and the rest of the people was Mexican, Indian, and Jewish. Yep. So you know, just wanted to share that with you guys.
Interesting.
Dang, that's
Interesting.
crazy.
So yeah, outside of that, what do you have going on?
So I am loaded with stuff. I have an event planning company, and so we have two weddings coming up actually that we're in planning and coordinating mode. Um, and then I do work with sexual assault, which is awareness month is April. So working on that, and then I have something that I'm working on for that. I was sexually assaulted March 1st of last year,
Are you
and so
serious?
thank you. And so I have been on a mission of making sure that I bring that awareness out. March is History Month. We say her story, but it's Women's History Month. So I do a month of highlighting women throughout the United States. Whoever sends me their bio and their pictures, I do a segment every day called Get to Know Her.
Hmm.
So last year I had 130 women participate. So I'll be working on that for the month of March. We have Juneteenth, which is going to be a 2-day festival this year. Last year we had 20,000 people in attendance. So working with national recording artists, we believe that we'll be doubling that number, if not more. For I do an event in October called the Purple Gala. It brings awareness to domestic violence. This year we've added a theme. It's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So attendees would come as a character from the Willy Wonka movie, but you can still get the point across about domestic violence and still have a theme that allows people to be comfortable to network and still have a good time and understand why we're there. I'm currently working with a couple of clients who have events coming up. So yeah, and I do community advocacy work. So I'm constantly just like on the go in the street doing
Hmm.
my thing.
Okay. Okay. We definitely would like to keep you upbeat and keep you and stay on your trail and support whatever you do.
Thank you.
I would love, love, love to have some of your information, and maybe I can come in and
Yeah,
hang out with you or see what I
that
can
would
do.
be great.
Definitely an activist, and
That would be
yeah.
great. Yes, ma'am.
So just let me know whenever you are doing anything, and we can
Okay.
definitely connect the dots. Um, so as far as I'm sorry about what happened to you, also, it's hideous
Hmm.
be an adult woman and still not be
Right.
able to protect your outer space and be violated. So
Hmm.
I apologize for whoever done it. Um,
Hearing
yeah,
stuff
and
like that make my flesh crawl, man.
Yeah.
It do. It make my flesh crawl. Yeah, it's man.
But you, it was hard
But
for me because
but you
the, the day that it happened was the day that I was supposed to start my Get to Know Her series.
mm,
And
mm,
what I did was I pushed through to do the series. for the entire month. And then on April 1st,
Mm-hmm.
I made the announcement that that had occurred. But I also wanted people to
Yeah.
understand too that women and men, mainly women, will put a mask on and they will keep moving. They will keep grooving as if nothing happened
Mm-hmm.
so that they can still get the job done. And we tend to deal with a lot of things behind closed doors. Um, I
Sure.
just completed a course. Well, I have to finish the rest of it next week, but I just now had made a decision to become a mental health first aid person so that I could begin to understand mental health, what it entails, how I'm able to see if it's occurring, and how to give advice on what to do. So, um, that entire month, I struggled with it behind closed doors. I cried to my girlfriends. I had some really close guy friends who, you know, were there to, you know, to help me, also to remind me that it it wasn't my fault. I'm in yoga clothes. Who would have thought, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but because it was my trainer at the time, and so, you
Wow.
know,
Oh wow.
their thought process was teaching me um, how to um, still be able to fight back and how to protect myself. So that's what my guy friends' roles were, and then my female role, my girlfriends and my sisters and all of them, they were my tears, my shoulders throughout that whole month. Um, so it was a real tough time, and that anniversary will be coming up soon. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just deal with it.
And it's
I
not
remember when
easy.
I found out. I remember the day I found out. I
Hmm.
remember the day I found out. Yeah,
Hmm.
I remember texting you, asking you, was you okay, and letting you
Yeah,
know that I was praying for you. I was here for you. So I remember,
yeah.
and I remember you talking about it, and I remember you being a warrior champion and standing on top of it and moving forward and showing everybody how God's favor was amongst you, and you know, So I salute you for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and so when you gonna do this segment, man? That me and you talked about. Stop playing.
Do they have to be so late though?
No,
I'd be tired.
no. I'm just saying your own segment. Man, you would talk about your own
Oh
segment.
yeah.
Because
Oh, you know what?
because I
I'm
remember.
ready for that. It's 2022. Um,
Okay.
and something needs to be done. I'm now receiving messages where people are wanting to be able to talk about it. We talked about doing this as far as like what domestic violence and all of that, right?
I mean, when me and you talk, I mean, we talked about domestic violence. We talked about um, the
All of it.
community and how it evolves and the absentee of a father, and
Yes. Okay.
we talk we talk about the proper etiquette to teach the younger women how to be ladies. Um,
Mhm. So,
and we
when can
also,
we I do wanna do that. I do wanna do that. I wanna add that to what I have going on. I have been tasked to creating new things, and so I definitely want to do that because there are so many voices that are unheard, and I really
hmm
want to be able to provide a platform for those. We always talk about domestic violence, we always talk about sexual assault. We have individuals that are dealing with a lot of other things too. And I want to be able to
hmm
provide a platform for people to be able to talk about that and know that their voice will be heard. I want to be able to create a space. My motto is a safe place to share. So no matter what I do, no matter where I'm at, it has to be a safe place for people to be able to share what's on their mind, heart, and soul.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay,
I
okay.
like
So
that.
so so we'll have a conversation this week,
Okay.
maybe Monday or Tuesday, and and we'll chop it up because this has been like a year in the making. We've been talking about it. So, and I
Yeah.
told you that you really need to get out there, and because even when I see you, when you highlight these women all across from the country, all over the
Mhm.
U.S., man, some remarkable people. Some remarkable people, and these people have a dialogue, and a story to get out behind all the accolades that we see. We don't know the pain and the suffering and the agony and defeat they had to go through, the jealousy and the envy they had to overcome to get
Right.
where they're at. So it's a remarkable backstory, and who better to interview these people with their backstory than you?
I agree.
So yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I'm glad that we got to get this out about why I'm not black enough. Am I not black enough? I mean, I'm glad because a lot of people won't talk about it. A lot of people
Mm-mm.
won't talk about it. They just brush it under the rug, and because I mean, you would have been a house nigga some really kind of derogatory words. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can just tell somebody would have been a house nigga. Like how you know? Was you like how you know what somebody would have been like?
Make a statement about you're gonna be you would have been a house nigga, or you is basically saying you're light skinned, you're chosen, they treat you different, act like you better than.
Yep.
That's basically what they're saying when they say that. You would have been a house nigga, or
A
you
house nigga.
so that's
Mhm.
basically stereotyping your persona, basically saying that you're bougie or you're stuck up because that's what they say. The house African American back then was separated amongst the flock and treated different. 9 times out of 10, they were probably that that plantation owners' children in some way, shape, form, or fashion from
Yep.
with their mother, and
Mhm.
that's why they were light skinned like that, or
Yep.
why they were in the house like that. That was his way of getting them from outside and not having
Mhm.
to pick the cotton and till their fingers were bleeding or so on and so forth. And that was only upon if his wife probably didn't run the whole scene. The best movie that I've ever seen, the movie that I've seen, Bojangles. I love, love, love that movie because
Oh
the
yes.
set up and the way that it's showing, it's showing Bojangles as it being a true story. It's showing Bojangles. Jamie Foxx did his thing on that movie. Um,
Mhm.
as far as how they were conquering, I mean, they were able to conquer this huge plantation where his wife was, who was light skinned, who they treated horrible, had been sold off when they were married, back at their where they were in their other land, and then the connection of the Caucasian man and Bojangles and how they connected and were like brothers and stood at war, and he supported Bojangles. So that movie in itself was just awesome. But
Mm-hmm.
if you can see how they treated her, they treated
Yeah.
her bad. They treated her
Mhm.
bad because she was light skinned.
And
Mhm.
you got the people that we see like Samuel Jackson every day that was in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
I mean, that movie was awesome. It was, and I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
because you can kind of put people in those certain scenes in the modern day world and just say almost put your finger on who acts like what and who's who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
and I apologize
but
for being late. We have to do this again to where where I don't have technical difficulties and I'm upbeat and we all upbeat and having a good time. And hopefully,
You have to bring the drinks and stuff next time. It's okay.
yeah, we can get us some champagne and some wine,
Yeah.
brewed and all that good stuff, and
Oh yeah,
turn
yeah.
up,
It's
and
fine.
then
It's fine. So,
yeah. So I
T, you got some events coming up?
So what's this month? January. So February, I am on the committee for the 17th annual Black History Festival and Parade that's coming up on February the 26th. Um,
Okay.
and then March, of course, is my um get to know her month. So every day I will highlight about 10 women, depending on how many I receive, about women and who they are and what they do, some their favorite motto and a photo. Um, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So I am currently working on a
Right.
project to last year it was called Stop Sugarcoating Sexual Assault.
mm,
And we're gonna have that same seminar again. And it's basically talking about stop brushing it off. Stop thinking it's cute. Stop thinking that, oh, what he said or what she said is okay. Stop covering it with sugar and moving on. So we will have another Stop Sugarcoating Sexual Assault in April. I have a
Okay.
wedding in April. Somebody, I'm coordinating a wedding. And then May, I have to look. But June, we have a full week of Juneteenth activities. We are working on the Juneteenth basketball tournament, Juneteenth golf tournament, Juneteenth gala, a 2-day Juneteenth festival, fireworks, a Juneteenth parade. So that's a whole week in June. And then I would love for y'all if y'all could come to Columbia in October for my seventh, is it seventh or sixth? Seventh annual Purple Gala for domestic violence.
wow.
Um,
Okay.
so that's pretty much what we're
Sound like
doing now. So, and then I currently made sure that I started taking classes for myself um,
mhm.
and bettering myself so that I could pour better out of my own cups for other individuals. So I'm in classes for several different things
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sound good. Sound good.
Absolutely.
Sound real good.
That's
currently.
So Nicole, before we close out, you have anything to say, Nicole?
absolutely not. I am sorry again, you guys. We had technical difficulties. We will be bringing her back for round two here in a couple months just to find out what's going on and how things are rolling and how things are moving and shaking. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna stay connected with you behind the scenes and seeing what we can do to collab. But outside
All
of
right,
that,
TT. I wanna word.
I'm sorry.
I wanna thank you. You see these kingdom connections, TT? Kingdom
Yeah.
connections. So, I definitely wanna thank you for coming on and we'll be talking this week. Of course, this is upcoming week. And
Okay.
we're gonna put some things together and until the next time, stay
Yep. So
blessed and
if I can just give my information in
go ahead.
case anybody needs assistance for anything, because we do a lot with like
Sure.
domestic violence, sexual assault, different things like that. So
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, Tina Darlene Torres. I have two business pages. She did that events, and then she did that Community Advocate Foundation. My Queen page is Miss Plus America 2021, Miss South Carolina Plus America 2021. My website is www.shedidthatevents.com, and I'm also on LinkedIn as She Did That Community Advocate Foundation.
Absolutely.
All right, you heard it first. She gave her info, so don't be afraid to hit her up, because she always got something turning, always got something going on that can benefit us all, and all she try to do is to bring the community back to its true essence. So we definitely appreciate you for that. Okay?
Absolutely. I
So
cannot wait to collab.
I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
no doubt.
Absolutely.
So peace, blessings, and we'll talk soon.
Absolutely. See you later.
Bye.